All right, let's try this again. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let's go. All right. Okay, we good money now. We good. How y'all doing this evening? Almost 9 o'clock. No, almost 10 o'clock. My bad. You know, I usually don't come this late. On a Thursday night anyway. Uh, what's today? No, it's Wednesday. Yeah, today my sister' birthday. Tamica Chambliss. She been gone 18 years, and you know, uh, so it's a special day in the Chambliss family, and I just want to pay homage and respect to my little sis. She was 5 years apart from me, so she would have been 47 today. And it's a lot going on today too. What I mean is, it's just a lot going on. Like, and we'll get into it, but I want to stay on my sister for a minute. Uh, she died 18 years ago, 2 days before her birthday, and um, she been missed very much. But her legacy lives on through her kids. She's a grandmother now. She got three grandbabies: Tamari, Tamani, Tamon. And you know, yeah. So I've been all day posting pictures online. Let me share some of these pictures with y'all, man. You know, and one of her grandbabies was born on her birthday. So that's little duty, Tamani Jr., Tamani Chambliss. And so he just turned 7 today. We just talked to him, and you know, that's our little man, you know. And yeah, but my sister you know, was 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 a tough cookie, let me just say that. Loved her friends. I felt like she was too loyal to her friends because she was a fighter. Every time somebody else got into something, they was running to come get her, and she be out the door. And but when she got into altercations, it wasn't even her beef, but she was a loyal friend like that. And I just feel like you jumping out the window for people and they ain't doing it for you. And I had to tell her, you need to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so eventually she never listened to me. But when she started having her babies, big boy, which is Tamani, and Tamante, her youngest boy, and her oldest girl, and her only girl, Tamia. And I had people laughing. My sister was quirky like that. She named all her kids with T's. So you got Tamir, Tamante, Tamani, and they went on to carry on her legacy. Uh, all their kids' name starts with a T. Everybody is TC. Uh, so the baby's name, my nephew's son's name is Tamari Chambliss and Tamani Jr. Chambliss, and uh and my niece daughter, my great niece, Her name is Tamar Chambliss. So yeah, it was crazy. And so we laugh about that, how she kept that tea going. So the only one that don't have a child or children is her youngest boy, Tamonte. And so I'm sure he'll follow suit, whether he have a young, little soldier or a little girl. I'm sure he'll continue the legacy of the TC, you know. And so I just think that's just very unique and funny. That's just like a funny story I like to tell. And but I love social media, whereas though when loved ones be having birthdays, you can resurrect their memory, not just talking about them, but you can share them with the world on social media. And to me that's special, and it just keep their memory alive. And so I just been going back to childhood pictures of me and my sister. It was me and her before Monica come along, and then Toya. So you know what I'm saying, and it's just crazy. And you know, but you think that's why I tell people don't take for granted your of your loved ones, because you just think you're gonna be here forever. And um you never phantom about somebody dying that's younger than you before you. You know what I'm saying? And that was just crazy. So these is what I hold dear to my heart. These special pictures of us. You know, my father was a dresser, so therefore he stayed, spiffy and G'd up. So his kids had to reflect him. So it was a time that we couldn't wear jeans because he always made us wear dress clothes to school and stuff. I used to have to play basketball in my dress shoes. They used to laugh at me like, "Why you don't wear no sneaks?" And I'm like, "Man, pops be on this. You gotta dress up tip." So yeah, it was brutal. Coming up. You know, that's pops right there. You know what I'm saying? My, my sister. That number 7. That was a lucky number for me because when I played sports, baseball in particular, that was my number 7. And so you know that number was with me early on. So this was Easter, one of the Easter Sundays. Back in the day, we used to get dressed up. We used to make Easter baskets out of shoe boxes and put, we used to dye eggs and all that. These kids don't do nothing like that now. You know what I mean? And we try to keep the legacy going, but ain't nobody else doing it, so why bother? So it's like that used to be the thing. You used to dress up, you used to go to church, you used to come outside with your Easter basket, with your jelly beans and your candy and stuff. We was very creative back in the day, and everything was festive. And that's why I said, even though we didn't have a lot, we didn't know it because we knew, well, the elders back in the day knew how to, improvise. They knew how to stretch resources, and that's where I know I get it from. I know how to live at the bottom, or I know how to survive at the bottom because that's where I come from. So I develop a comfortability. So therefore, that means, you know, um, I'm basically saying I'm a survivor out here in these streets. You know, I come from a rat infested building that wasn't like that when we moved there. When the crack era hit, everything went to hell, you know. And I explain that in other videos if you follow my videos. But, you know, and I had a desire to do better, you know, and I knew I wasn't going to get out of the trap that the street sets for you doing illegal things and wrong things. So I had a mindset that I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get in where I fit in, and I ain't looking back. I told my mother I'm gonna get a house one day, and you gonna come live with me and put your feet up. Now that then came into fruition, but my mother is so independent; she don't want to move. You know, so I say when you ready, you know, your room waiting on you, you know. So I fulfilled my end of the bargain of the dream that I told her at 10 years old. So I told her that don't take nothing from me and my hard work of what I've done. You know, I'm like, I listen to people that have issues with their in-laws. I don't have that issue. You know, I love my wife, mother, my mother. No, I don't have issues with my wife's mother, and my mother loves my wife. So we fam all the way around. We Gucci, you know. So, and I even extended that invitation to her moms, you know. Like, moms, you ain't got to be in the house by yourself. Come on down here and be around fam, you know. But again, both of our moms are strong women, independent women, and they like their own space. And I'm like, I respect that. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, but yeah, I got so many pictures, man, that I want to just show of us coming up. You know, it's just special to see, you know, the old pictures from back in the day with the bushes and the. I'm looking at the styles. We was on our Michael Jackson for real. You know, you couldn't tell me I wasn't Michael Jackson. I had the big bush, and I used to hear people from the '70s often say, "The bigger your bush, the cooler you was." So I was too I was too cool for school. Believe that, you know. And yeah, you know, I just couldn't sing. I could dance though. You know what I'm saying? You know, look at me and my sisters. You know, moms and pops. You know, yeah, butterfly collars. What y'all know about that, man? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Oh, this gonna trip y'all out right here. You know, I don't care. Look, I'm straight up snaggy too with the big bush. You know what I'm saying? With the plaid shirt on, butterfly collar. Yeah. Come on, man. Stop playing. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's crazy right there. Look, somebody gonna like, yo, what's your problem showing them crazy ass pictures? Huh, man. I don't care, Slim. That's how I get down. All right. Now, it's somebody else's birthday. Is my sister grandbaby birthday. Her son, little man right there. We call him Duty. That's little Tamani Jr. in the red. And that's her other grandbaby, Tamari, you know, and Big Tamani, you know, and yeah, AKA Money Man Biggs. You know, he's a rap artist from DC making noise. and they looking at him. So he up next in the music game coming out of DC. So y'all go to his YouTube channel and check out his videos and his team. You know, they paying their dues, and they on the rise. So get on board and support. Homegrown right there. So you heard it here. Let's do that. And so yeah, so this is little man right here, little Tamani Jr. You can't tell him he ain't cool. You know, he like I'm cool like my pops. I say, well, I taught your pops to be cool, so you cool like me. So we just talked to him too. He on that video game. Here's some pictures. I got my sister collage from her funeral that we put pictures together, and she was full of life. Her crew used to be on the party scene, and you know, and cutting up in the club and whatnot. And if you knew her, you loved her because she was fun to be around. And like I said, if she had love for you, she had your back. You know, so she came back through her grandson, little Duty. You know what I'm saying? Little Tamani and Big Tamani. And yeah, so this me and my sister and my cousin Rachel, Easter Sunday somewhere. Yeah, so this was at my aunt Michelle house. My cousin Michelle sent me this picture of us. She found it somewhere, and it was crazy. You know, me and Pops and my sister. You know what I'm saying? The good old days. So my pops and my sister, they up there together with our grandmothers and you know, our grandfathers, and other relatives, you know. Yeah, look at it. Look at my sister Bush, flawless. Huh, man. Hey, look, let me give you something funny. My mother wore her Bush from the 70s all the way up to 1990, and then she just woke up one day and permed her hair. It was crazy. And my boy Cornell, his his stepdad Flick used to wear his real name was Raymond, but his friends called him Flick, and we called him Flick. Uh, he wore his bush, so they was the only two people in the neighborhood that was wearing their bush in the 90s. Well, in the 80s, late 80s, and I know my mother permed her hair around 90, 91. Flick probably said, all right, I'm by myself now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this joint. So that might have been around 95. So yeah, it was crazy, man. The neighborhood was full of life, man, and fun. Everybody looked after each other. We was fam for real. But everybody on their own tip now. The world done changed. Everybody just clicking with their own circle, and we used to love each other enough to look out for each other, and we done lost that. And it's just a new breed of youngins that's out here, and the world is just different. At the end of the day, we on the brink of going to war, with this dude Putin over there in Russia, and you know got gas. damn near $6. It's crazy out here, and it's just crazy. But let me get into what's going on, uh, other than my sister's birthday today. It's a cousin of mine, Tony Jones. It's his birthday, and he got a slick picture with Jill Scott. Let me see if I can find that. I told him I was hating on him for that. He got a picture with Jill Scott. You know, oh, I gotta show this one right here. Here's my pops, Butch Chambliss. A DC fixture. He was a G out here, but so you see why we stayed all booted and suited, because that's how he was carrying it, you know, and and uh and this was his team right here, and that's how they was giving it up in the 70s. So yeah, so it was always mandatory for us to be looking appropriate because he took pride in how he looked, and so uh oh, this is a good one right here. All right, my cousin Ron, my cousin Mark Prey, he just recently died, and that's Tony Jones in the back. My cousin, that's my sister. I don't know where they was. They was somewhere, and here's my niece when she was a little girl with her daddy, and I think they was like 20 or 19 on this picture. Yeah. I like going down memory lane, man. Everybody be like, why you keep posting pictures so much? The same pictures. I'm like, okay, because I like them. So what? You don't like them, then okay, keep scrolling, Then my sister be telling me, Toya, she say, I gotta unfollow you because you keep on posting the same. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, one of the good pictures of my mom and dad from back in the day. You know. Yeah, my pops died last year in August. So yeah, so when I be going through these pictures, man, I'm going down memory lane. And so this my squad right here. My son, my nephews, and that dude in the middle is an NFL football player. He played for the Detroit Lions, Mr. Pete Pernell Motley. You know, that's my honorary nephew. They all grew up together. That's fam for real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. This is, and matter of fact, this was Father's Day last year. And yeah. Everybody like, man, you used to be skinny. I'm like, yeah, That's my man, my homeboy man right there from back in the day. This 80s action right here. You know what I'm saying? And looked like we was at a concert somewhere, you know. So yeah, that's what I do. I go back down memory lane when it's somebody's birthday. So I'm pulling up pictures, me and Pops. You know what I'm saying? And so when I hit the scene, being a socialite out here in the world, doing my thing, so I got the fashion bug. So I was always spiffed up and suited and booted when I stepped out. You know what I'm saying? This me and Pops. I think I was about probably 19 right here. We 20 years apart. So if I was 19, he 39 on that. Yeah. So yeah, man. So this is his mother right here, my grandmother, Dolores Chambliss. Yeah. She died when she was 25 from sickle cell. You know. So man, I'll be here all day. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to get all that in, man. Just had to honor her memory. Now that I got a platform, I was like, all right, let me do a video on her and put it out there to the masses. And you know, yeah. Oh yeah, this is a good one right here. My son and my nephews when they were little shorties. I'm getting old. All my kids growing up on me. You know what I'm saying? They growing up on me. Look at my niece right here with my dad and her friends. I don't know why Mia was looking like that. He must have had smelled like beer or something. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, that's crazy. Trying to find a better picture. Okay. All right, there go my cousin Tony in the middle in the red. Cousin Mark, right. Yeah. So yeah, happy birthday, man. I sent him this picture. Let me send it again. Cause he ain't respond. He might be out of town or something for his birthday. He don't be playing. You know. So yeah. But Biggie Smalls got killed on March the 9th. And I don't know how long ago it was. Is it 10 years now? You know, it might be it's something like that. He got killed in LA and they saying, Death Row had something to do with it. And or they saying that it's just allegedly, money was owed for the murder of Tupac and Puff didn't pay up. So that's why they got at him, got at Big, or they was gonna get at anybody from Bad Boy. You can listen to Gene Deal, Puff Bodyguard, and he reflects on all that. And not only that, what else popping today? Tiger Woods got inducted to the Golf Hall of Fame today. So yeah, rightfully so, because he been holding it down and been a champion for years, and despite of him going through his personal issues, it don't take away what he's done for the sport, you know, and that's a big deal to be a man of color from the black culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's because of him that the door has opened for other African American players, men and women, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I want to highlight my CD that never got the day of light. Me and my man Al, we was a duo, Al Ski and Money. Them jokers, they shelved us, and because the paperwork wasn't right, and along with some other circumstances, and but at the end of the day, God look out for you when you don't even know He doing that, because that contract was very much flawed, and they would have been ripping us off, because we didn't have a lawyer in the mix, and just being happy to get on and get a deal, and it fell through, and we was devastated. And I'm one of them individuals, when I try to do something and it fall apart, or it don't evolve, or it don't come into fruition, I leave it alone. Cause to me, that's my sign to keep it moving. So that's what I did, So that's why I wish all the best luck to my nephew, because I know it could be a slow process, and opportunity and time and luck gotta be in place for it to really happen. You know what I'm saying? And for me, excuse me, for me, because that deal didn't happen, it was for a reason that I reflect later on, that, I don't know how that would have been affecting me, at this day and time, when I listen to people that have been ripped off, and they do the numbers and figure out how much they've been robbed. Like, it's a young dude out there that was from Making the Band with Puff. He like, man, you done made $100 million off of me and didn't give us nothing, you know, and you know, you see psychologically that play on you, and the dude was talking about suicide, and you know, I just know Puff better keep security with him, from what everybody's saying, that he ripping them off, and it ain't just him. And he even said that the contracts were structural contracts, that was the norm. So it wasn't nothing that he did personally. That was the structure of the contracts in general, across the board. Now, do you believe him or not? But at the end of the day, from what I heard from Cassidy, he said that, you know, people take advantage of people because they were taken advantage of. So somebody stole from an artist, and then they start their own label or their production company. They feel like you got to go through what they went through, So somebody stole from me, so now I'm going to steal from you. and that's how I'm going to gain my riches, because I'm going to entertain the behavior that is the norm and what's done and has been done to me. So what's different nowadays is that the internet is allowing all the artists to be independent and still get their music out, and you putting it out as you want and as you need it to be via your intellectual ideas of how it should and how you want it to be. Basically, the freedom to do what you want. Now, you can blow up and then you might not blow up. So everybody does this with the hope of having a bargain chip in your back pocket if somebody call and when they call. And you know, like, look, this is what I've done. Look at my numbers, and So let's talk business and not try to just give me what you want to give me, which is a low ball, situation. Look at my status of what I've done independent and my body of work and my content, and let's come correct. You know, Now, because the freedom of doing what you want can be aired on the internet, now when these companies sign you, they want to do 360 deals, so which is always a bad situation unless they trying to pay you $20 million, because that's what they're gonna make off of you down the line, and don't let you die from any situation. That's going to up your market value. So yeah, give me 20 mil off the top, and we could do a 360. You know what I'm saying? Let me live now, and you get yours down the line. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that, and I need that 20 mil to be tax free. How about that? Structure it like that. I don't want to pay no tax on it. You know, So now going forward, we could do a 70-30 split with royalties and publishing. You know what I'm saying? It's enough money. It's enough to go around for everybody to eat. Nobody has to be getting ripped off at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the nature of knowing that you fuck somebody. And I think people really get off over that, instead of schooling the artists, but they desperate, they want to change their situation. So that's all they doing is signing their life away, signing their life away to get pimped, you know. T-Pain, like, don't sign nothing until you read every line on every page. You can't afford a lawyer, get your dictionary and go through your contract. If they hit you with the bullshit, look, you on a timeline to sign that contract. And they don't want you to go through it and find out what they're saying in every sentence and every word. Then they really not trying to sign you. They trying to fuck you. They want to get over on you. You know what I'm saying? If they rushing you to sign a contract that you haven't read or you trying to read, you know what I'm saying? So, and if these lawyers was solid and 100 looking out for these artists, you know what I'm saying? If I was a lawyer, I would advertise, hey, you artists out there, you signing these contracts, come to me. Let me look it over. Now, if you decide that you want to sign with these folks after I give you the discovery of what is what, whether it's a good contract, bad, or it's in the middle, and I can make suggestions. Now, if you want to sign with these folks, okay, then I want my 10,000. I want my 5,000 that you owe me. Now, if you don't work with me on the fact and on the strength that I looked at the contract and told you what it was, you could pay me $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can get $1,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you could pay that 100 a month if you can't get it and pay it at one time. So I'm just speaking to all the artists: protect yourself, because once you sign that paperwork, you locked in and you can't get out. Like a Roach Motel, once you in there. And ain't nobody got time to go through a bad situation before it get good, because that's what they tell you. You know what I'm saying? And well, this is how new artists get broken in and all that. Man, later with that. This is a new day and a new age. Everybody is informed. They on their game. Everybody got smartphones. Google everything you don't know. Far as you don't even need the dictionary. Google every word you don't know, and let Google University explain everything to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm passionate about that because I would have been somebody that would have got ripped off. So God blocked that for me, and I was upset about it at the time. But as I reflect, that was the best thing that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I done went and segued off the topic. This supposed to be my sister's birthday video and in her memory, and I'm talking about the music business. But that's what I do. I talk. I'm everywhere with it. But at the end of the day, let me bring it back. Happy birthday, Mica. We love you. Happy birthday, Cuz Tony Jones. Hold up, I supposed to been finding that picture, him and Jill Scott. I just seen that joint. I know I got it. It's a slick picture too. She came to the Capitol Center. Here you go, right here. Boom. Look at that jump. Look, he cheesing too. It's all good because I would be like that if I met Janet Jackson. You know. So yeah, you know. I thought I was gonna get to meet her in at the Essence Fest in New Orleans. My sister Mica, you know. She had that Kool-Aid smile. Man. Oh man, this is a good one right here. That's my son, Lil D. She God allowed her to be here to watch my son be born, you know. And she held him, you know. I sent that picture to Lil D today, here up at Townsend in college. He was like, wow, this is an old picture. I'm like, yeah, Joker. Yeah, you 18. It is an old picture. 18 years ago, you know. Yeah, so it's crazy. All right, here's my niece and my sister Monty in the middle. I gotta find her. And my niece, Mia. I gotta find a picture, Toya. She in there somewhere. So it was four of us. I have three sisters, and I was the only boy and the oldest. That's Big Boy when he was a baby, looking like Fat Matt, and my niece Mia. Mom's my mom's wore red hair. That was like her signature look. And my sister's right here. And she was bad as she wanted to be. My sister was about 6 on this picture right here. Used to get on my nerve, I tell you. Oh man, this when your boy was about 300 pounds, looking like Biggie Smalls on his drink with the Coogee sweater on, huh? I think this was Thanksgiving one year. Cause I'm sitting at the table eating, and she rolled up on me talking about take the picture, cause I got a thing with me. I take pictures of people off guard, so that's what she was doing. She got me off guard. I was stuffing my face, and I was mad with her too, cause I dropped food in my lap. You know, like man, you be playing, man. That's crazy. All right, this is my Uncle Bobby and his group, The Choice Four. So if you've been following my podcast, I've been displaying all their hits and their music. Straight out of Eastern High School, they was discovered by Van McCoy, the dude that made the hustle. Do 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 do. Yeah, I always got to do that because that's the only way you remember it. You know what I'm saying? So they were on Soul Train with Batty Wright, and I'm trying to find the video. I can't find this video nowhere, you know. And I got pictures of them being on Soul Train. And here it is right here with Don Cornelius, you know. That's them right there. So it ain't like it didn't happen. But I was like, I called my uncle, I was like, man, I'm finding everybody videos and performances but you guys. So he said, look, everything that is filmed in the USA is documented and sent to the Library of Congress. They got everything that ever been filmed on American soil. So I say, okay. So I try to go down there because of COVID. They ain't let nobody in without an appointments and all that. I'm like, all right, man, whatever, you know. So my uncle was one of the lead singers. That's them at a show, and you know, they was out of Eastern High School doing their thing, toured the world, and they're part of American history and DC culture far as music, black culture music. So they're down at the museum, the Black History Museum. You go up to the music level and pull up Choice Four, and their whole spread come up about each member and everything. And so they're part of history forever of uh, the 1970s soul music, uh, R&B culture, and DC culture. We had a lot of groups that came out of DC that got record deals and you know toured the world, made money. They got rich. They blew the money, and then they had to all get government jobs, and you know they still went on to have good lives. And they would normally, occasionally get called out on the road to open for the Temptations, and you know so. uh, from what my uncle tell me, they had a great ride, and there's only two members left. Uh, what's the guy name? Ted. Ted, I forget his last name, and my uncle named Bobby Hamilton, and they in their 70s. And I've been trying to find out what information to call unsung so they can get their butt to DC and interview the last two members of that group so they can give their story firsthand. And they were on a major record label, RCA, and RCA is big now and was big then, you know. Um, so it wasn't like they was on like a local label. RCA is one of the major labels, and Van McCoy was a big deal of a producer that produced other hits for everybody, and um, he was a household name, and then he had multiple hits, but that one, The Hustle, Van McCoy made The Hustle, and that song is played in commercials across the world. I heard that song played on commercials when I was in France, and here in the States. I done seen it on various commercials. So he's still getting paid his estate, whoever handling, uh, his rights, far as his music. And I'm sure it's his family, hopefully, but yeah, you know, yeah, so I'm linked to a few folks, that done did it big in their day. You know what I'm saying? And you know, here go another good one right here. Pops and my sister. She looked like she was about 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell Pops he wasn't cool. He kept that bush shiny with the he kept, remember the pick with the fist on it, you know. Yeah. There go a red picture with my sister Monty and my sister Mica. That looked like Big Boy when he was a baby, you know. And yeah, trying to find a picture of my sister Toya. Trying to show her some love in the pictures. And I got so many pictures, man. There go one right there. Her and our niece. That's my sister right there, Bird. Latoya. She's named after Latoya Jackson. My stepfather, her father, um, he loved Anita Baker and Latoya Jackson. And uh, Anita Baker album, The Rapture, I know that album from front to back. He played that album so much. That's one of my favorite albums to this day because of him. And you know, and I was fortunate to see Anita Baker in concert at the Capitol Center back in the day with her and Luther Vandross and Lisa Fisher. Lisa Fisher is going to be at the Strathmore on Friday, and I was trying to get my wife to go. She was like, she ain't got that many songs, and I'm like, okay. I'm trying to go for the experience, because the Strathmore is a place I haven't been, and and I work in Rockville, so that's right down the street from where I work at, and I never even been in that spot, and I pass it every day going to the Beltway. So it's like, I'm trying to hit venues now that everything is opening back up. Places I haven't been, restaurants I haven't eaten in. That's what I'm trying to do. If you know me, I don't like to frequent the same things. I don't do the same thing like going to the same places for vacation. I don't watch the same movies over and over because I done did it already. So now it's so much content and great movies and TV shows. You got all these streaming sites that's doing their own thing, far as Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, it's too much material out here to keep looking at Baby Boy every time it come on. I know I done seen that damn movie 100 times, and that's my damn show. I love that movie. Got our girl Taraji Henson in it that grew up in Southeast. And that's the reason why I was watching it so much, because of her. She a home girl. Anything DC, I support. You feel me? So yeah, man, you know, so again, we gonna reel it back in because I get segued into other areas. But yeah, so the day been a prosperous day, and I think we're gonna go Saturday to put flowers on my niece, my sister grave, and my grandmother's buried right across from her. So Mother's Day, their birthdays, we go and lay some flowers, some roses on their tombstone and on their headstone and whatnot. And we honoring their memory. They gone, but they not forgotten. And because of social media, we can keep them alive. So post your loved ones and let the world know who was influential in your life and who you love. And if you carry it like that, they never gone. They never gone. If you carry it like that. And